Abarera, Legos, Ori, Banish, C10, Demonio, Dinaja, 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 Abarera, Legos, Abarera Legos Ram Ori Banish C10 Demonio Dinaja 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 Abarera Legos Ram
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Apocrypha Occult podcast. So, before we begin, this has been under heavy debate with myself of whether or not I was going to publicly share this thing. And I have decided to say, fuck it, I am going to publicly share this. So, this is yours truly. Song that I wrote, produced, and mastered, and all that fun stuff. The name of the song is Beneath Sable Veil, and I'm just wondering what you guys think. So before we begin, we're going to play this track, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
In the night, with whispered chants so grave, beneath the moon, our souls we've come to save, and we see the horns rise in our dreams. We embrace the dark, in our flesh his mark. We join in the circle that points to the ghost. Silent shadows dance around the sable host, with cloaks weaved of the eternal night. We call to the depths, to the ancient might, chanting hymns in the cold star's light. O Baphomet, guide us with your sight. Around the sigil, our spirits afloat. In unity we voice the deep, dire notes. In the circle, with eyes like burning coal, hearts alight with the blackest gold, we trace the lines to complete the sign, summoning forth the old divine. Beneath the stars, the spell we cast, linking our present to the shadowed past. Voices merged in an eerie hymn's embrace, to conjure forth the horned one's grace. In the silence, our whispers like a blade. Through the ether, the darkling laws are made. We stand as one beneath the crescent moon's glance. In reverence we're held by the trance.
All right, everybody. So there was that. So, yeah, Mystic is doing some weird stuff with his hands.
It's what I'm known for.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah, Curse, thank you. I'm glad you liked the song. That was me. So, yeah, I'm actually getting a remix done of it by the keyboardist of Dawn of Ashes, Chris Souls. His band, and Frontal Boundary. So no. This is, you guys just got like the world premiere, like right now. Yeah, so that was me. The music, the vocals, like that was me. You know, so with a lot of work and digital help, Nocturne. with a lot of digital assistance. So like I wanted to do something like, there's not, in my opinion, there's not a lot of music out there that is very occult centric, and I wanted to make one that was occult centric and focused on Baphomet. Right, so that's what that track. Figured that, share it with you. I've been debating most of the day after listening to the master of whether or not I wanted to play it live, because obviously when you play something like that live, you kind of really you open you open yourself up, I mean, to criticism, you know, to people not liking it, which is, you know, par for the course, I suppose. But, you know, it's just kind of, that's what I was kind of nervous about, like whether or not people would like it, and then how much shit I would have to endure if they didn't. So anyway, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, then, you know, hopefully somewhere down the road, I will start making more. But there's that one, right? So, all right. Mystic, what big decks do you have for us?
We got a lot of new decks this week. I'm gonna give just a hint of what's
I'm sorry,
next
Rook.
week.
I'm sorry, Rook.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he keeps getting
He's
new
just
decks.
One of the many. But for future, just a little teaser of what's going to be on the next one. A lot of you know the Angelarium, but do you know the Oracle of the Fallen version? So that'll be coming soon. So if you don't know the Angelarium Oracle, there is a new one out. The Angelarium now has a second deck that goes in that series from what's the dude's name? Peter Moorbacher. So I got lucky enough to be in the Kickstarter for that. So I got the deck today. I had to pay extra $15 postage because they didn't pay the right postage. But
That's
yeah,
always fun.
it's so the whole new one, the whole new deck is out. So I'm very excited. But that's not the ones we're using tonight. The deck we're using tonight, I will give you the name at the end. Some of you may know it. I'll be interested to know if anybody has this deck. So let's start talking about it first. This is the back. Kind of like it. It's reversible. Little Rorschach-y.
I like that it's kind of matte. It's like not super gloss.
Yeah. It's a standard cardstock. I like it. It's an easy to shuffle size. It's borderless. I'm gonna be what's the word? Transparent. How I feel about certain things. I love the non-bordered. I don't like the font. Kind of how big it is and obtrusive. It gets lost in the way. Maybe a little bit.
I think the artwork is great, but I think the font is like too simple.
Yeah, it's just I don't even care so much that it's simple. It's too big for this. Like it takes away from the image a little bit. But I do like the naming nomenclature. So instead of your standard, the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, all that, he uses a different one, which I actually really like. So it's very patriarch, matriarch. So the imagery is really pretty. Rook and I went through it a little bit earlier today. Matriarch, it's got a modern feel to it.
Definitely
which
does.
I do like, but
yeah, that typography is bothering the hell out of me. Like the artwork is beautiful, but the type is just even if it was that same typography but smaller, like up in a corner or down at the bottom or something. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So this is one of the major arcana, so the Explorer in place of the Fool. But you can see some standard imagery in there. You've still got, an animal. I can't see it. My eyes are not doing well, but it's similar imagery, right? You're stepping out in something. What I like about them is you do get kind of like this neat feeling from them. You do get like an energy. It's almost like I really do like the nomenclature that he used. The Conjurer, for example. The Magician, my favorite card. Other person's favorite card too.
Very cool. It's really hard to read the font.
Yeah, it's really nice though. Like for some reason on the majors, I don't mind it as much because it's like the color kind of blends into the environment. The only complaint I do have is just I'm not a fan of how big the font is in some of the other ones. Like it just kind of takes away from the image. But this is called the Tarot of Neofiction. Anybody know who conjured this deck?
I know. I'm not.
I know you know. I know Rook knows. Does anybody else know who conjured this deck?
Is he in here? Is he in here?
I don't think so.
So he doesn't know we're talking shit about him? I'm just kidding.
That is correct, Dragon Dancer. It is Crimson Mel himself. Yes. So, I'm going to have to get some really, really good shuffles in here, and we're going to pull some cards. So, I can see this deck being very easy to read. The imagery makes sense for the cards that I'm familiar with. I would probably call it an indie deck, I think, to a degree. But it is Unexplained Possibilities deck. So I'm super excited to have it in hand and to use it tonight, even though it already has a dog tooth mark on it. Um, let's see. Yeah, I was really thinking like I'd kind of use it if I see him hop in, but I don't know that he normally does come in at the beginning. It's usually never until later on. So we'll have to use it when we use it and keep it on back
Yeah.
burner. All right. Sorry about the extra shuffle time. This is the first time I'm using it, so I wanted to get some good shuffles in. All right, let's see. Let's see what the Tarot of Neofiction is giving us for the next couple of weeks and days. Energy. All right. All right. One, two, three, four, five, six. All right, so this is some really pretty imagery. Like, I'm not sure if we specific have. No worries, Nocturne. Have a good night. Take care. I'm not sure if we would call this flowers. I'm assuming this would be the water. Suit. I saw some pearls earlier. I've seen all kinds of different things. So I'm going to make that assumption because I know there's coins, I know there's swords, and I know there's wands or canes. So this is going to be our water card for now, but a 4. So we're going to call it the 4 of Cups. Maybe even blooms, even. Who knows? But this is a really pretty card. I like the idea, which does tend to come with 4s of, things holding you back or things being stuck or maybe difficulty. But the 4 of Cups generally represents some type of dissatisfaction, oftentimes with yourself, as you can see here. We're wrapped up by something that's actually really beautiful, but that doesn't mean it hurts any less. So we have to figure our way through it. So our energy for the next week is going to start with unraveling ourselves from the things that are keeping us kind of planted. We need to kind of step out and open up a little bit. That hurt my arm. And then we have the 5. I don't know if you can see that, but that is some type of flower hanging in the background. So we're in the same group. This is another sorrow card. The 5 of Cups often represents some very difficult experiences. This is, again, regrets and loss. So if we're looking at the things that are holding us back, then maybe that caused us to miss out on something. So the reminder is to open yourself back up so that you don't miss out on something. So if you feel like you've recently lost or missed out on something you've been working on, know that that's probably something that needed to happen. But going to the next level next week, don't let it hold you back. It's time to move forward with that thing or whatever it is you're trying to do. And then this last 6 of Knives, this is a journey card. You can see the ship in the back. This is represented in my steampunk, I believe, by a young lady and a gentleman in a hot air balloon. This comes up a lot when somebody needs a vacation. This comes up a lot in our reads, actually. I think I've said it at least 2 or 3 times this year. But this is that journey card. You need to take a journey. You need to go out. Doesn't mean that you have to physically get up and go somewhere, but it does mean that you need to allow yourself to exit your current state and go into something else. This could be astral traveling. It could be meditation. It could be probably guided meditation, or it could be physically going somewhere and getting away from things that are around you. So that's the energy this week. This is all about getting yourself out of your stuck spot and knowing that the vines that are around you are keeping you locked up because they're so pretty, and you're not realizing, like, wait a minute, these are pretty, but I'm gonna have to cut these vines off, put them in a vase, and then move past it to the next thing. So do a little bit of work on that and trying to get yourself out and giving yourself some time to journey on and experience something that maybe you haven't done before or done recently. And I think you'll have a better outcome. I know I definitely need to be doing that myself. So
I think we all do.
A little bit of journey work and a little bit of self love.
Yeah, self-love. That makes sense.
Hardest thing in the world.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Most definitely is. So I think it's cool that he made his own deck and has it out and whatnot. I think that's very cool.
Me likes it.
Yeah. So, and when did that go live? Like for sale? Like where can you buy it? Like is there a place that you can buy it or?
I'm gonna defer to Rook because he's the one that bought it and got it for us.
All right, Rook,
Oh.
put it in chat. Where did you buy it?
Probably Amazon.
Does Amazon print cards?
They have a very good, what do you call it?
Publishing?
Yeah, that thing.
Not Amazon. Okay.
Well, don't just say not Amazon. Say what it is.
Right? I'm looking. Okay. He has a link in his video about the deck. Okay. All right. Yeah, I had heard that he released a tarot deck. Sluts?
Well, stop wasting time.
Damn. I
typing.
thought that's where he released it. I was like, what is that?
Sluts and sluts.com. Everybody head right on over.
Tell us what you see.
Good. Yeah. Give us some feedback. Oh, yeah. This I'm listening to Void Stasis in the background and I'm like literally ready to start putting me to sleep. It's so calming to me. I think other people would be like, it feels like you're being murdered in your sleep. I'm like, no, this is my calm jam.
Yeah, Snakes of Russia is also really, really good.
Never heard of that. Is that a song or another thing?
It's another musician. He's friends with Christoph. But he does amazing stuff. Like he generally does a lot of like collaborative stuff with other artists. But if you like dark ambient, like Snakes of Russia is really, really cool. Then you have just Christoph Bathory. So Christoph has done his own dark ambient stuff, which is really good. It's more dark and droning than Void Stasis. Void Stasis is more sci-fi based, like sci-fi horror.
I like the epic ones where it journeys you through, like it's you feel like you can actually. I started here, I went here, we did this. So when I meditate and I'm listening to the right kind of music like this, or what I call epic planetarium music, like you can actually, if you start with at least for me, this is just my personal thing. If I start with like my own internal dialogue of meditation, all right, we're stepping out, we're on the rings of Saturn or whatever, I don't know, and you're walking around and I just can, after a minute and a half of that, I'm sailing through the world. Gone, because the music picks up and it culminates and then it drops and then it slows. As long as it has movement, I can do it. But epic planetary music, that's what's on my playlist when I'm on the plane. It's every background thing when I'm reading books.
Reading music. Whoa, okay.
But yeah, when I'm not listening to music, when I'm reading and doing other stuff or playing games, that's what I listen to.
There's
I'm not kidding. It's epic planetarium. What did I search last time that's really good for butter churn?
Butter churn?
Butter churn is amazing.
I don't know what that is.
I'm going to share that too. So this I don't know if you have a topic tonight, but this is something we can use.
What's up?
If you ever did acid or ketamine or any other illegal drug, that like ecstasy that messed with your head, nobody has to answer that. I'm just saying if you ever did, you know what Windows Media Player is, Visualizer. And if you didn't do drugs, then you probably felt like you did drugs because you knew what the late 90s Windows Media or early 2000 Windows Media Visualizer was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So butter churn is a much more comprehensive version of that you can control better.
Really?
Yes. I've been using it pretty much my entire life. Because I about cried when the visual thing went away. I got some stories about that. But yes, the old Windows Visualizer. So I mean I've I've spent hours in front of a computer with like 9 people once, and
Jesus Christ.
we have some stories. But anyway, that's not the point. So butter churn is a different version of that. You literally can just go to butterchurn.com, and if you have a microphone and music in the room, it'll pick it up on the microphone and it'll transition through the movements. And if you stare at it long enough like a flame and meditate, you can go some places. It is excellent for grounding and calming. It's also, we're finding it, I think Rook is finding it very good for refocusing on things and kind of like mindfulness. It's just got all it's like binaural beats for me, the way that kind of helps retrain my brain. Which I also learned is called biphasic music, or biphasic environmental music.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where that comes from. And butter churn's amazing. And this kind of music, like void stasis, if I turn this up really loud in my room and put butter churn on my big TV, like it will look like I will drool on myself. I will look like I'm on drugs, because my brain just, everything stops and I go somewhere else.
You just transport yourself
so
someplace.
nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what ritual work is. Unexplained. Wow. Okay. Welcome.
Just a moment too late. I'm glad you showed up.
Well, I mean, about 5 minutes too late, but hey, it is what it is, right? Oh, you didn't even see my message. Okay. I actually sent him a message because you were reading from the deck. I was like, hey, do you want to come on the show and talk about the deck? And
Yeah.
Do you explain to you? Do you want to hop in and talk about your deck and show it to everybody?
Speak of the devil. Yeah, we did our weekly reading with it. It was nice.
Speak of the devil, and so shall he appear. So, we're offering some advertising, bro. You think you can do that? All right, cool. All right, so that means we're going to go back to the intro here, guys, so we can get everything set up for the 3-person show panel. But we will be right back. All right, don't go anywhere. It's going to be fun. All right, here we go. All right, everybody. We got all the technical difficulties worked out. And we have a Melvin.
Hello.
Yeah, like I just
Wow, Melvin has appeared.
Right? It's
I
a
mean,
Melvin.
you know, I'm a Pokemon now, apparently, so we'll go with that.
Right. Well, I mean, it's got, because Ziggy's still here. So I had a discussion with, you couldn't hear it because you were fixing your audio, but Mystic put in the chat like a bunch of G's in the name. And I'm like, that's like, I know he's trying to say Ziggy, but like, it's like, no, that's more like Ziggy. Like, so.
I'll say what I want.
You say you're gangster, like, do what I want. I do what I want.
I'll do what I want, when I want, how I want.
Right, so. Right, it's like a skipping CD.
Machine Gun Ziggy, I like that.
So machine gun. Oh my god.
There we go. See, I'm on the right. We're on the right page.
We have to get Eminem after you now. Get you to switch careers. So Melvin, you came out with your own tarot deck. Melvin. I guess he didn't like the jokes.
Froze already.
Yeah, he's already frozen. Oh.
Maybe it's part of the solar flare and the mass coronal ejection thing.
Melvin.
That
Well, everyone, it was a Melvin.
It was.
I'm not sure what.
What is what is it? F in the chat.
Yeah. Have any of you guys seen the song that I put in the general chat in the Discord server? Have you guys seen that yet? That's where I'm about at right now.
Let it go, let it go. I can't take this shit anymore. So true, DA.
Oh, he's gone. He dropped.
We'll
Let's see what's going on. Oh wait, are you back? Oh, he's back.
Yeah, my internet completely died.
Yeah, I just started asking you about your tarot deck, and then you're just like, you didn't move, and I was like, well, it was a while,
Yeah.
Melvin.
Yeah, it's just, boy, what a day.
Right?
Yeah,
right.
that's so weird. Just completely, bleh, I hate everybody. But yes, let's redo. What is this? Take 10 now?
More like a 3 or a 4, but yeah, you know, I get the vibe. Get the vibe. So you came out with a tarot deck, right? So
Yeah.
how long has that thing been in development?
Oh boy. It's not as long as you would think, but long enough because I've been working on it every day. So unfortunately my cat passed away, and that just sort of killed my creativity and just want to do anything. And this was in October 25th, and for a few days I just didn't do jack squat, and I would say early November is when it was like, okay, I got to do something, a little something. And then I was just thinking about tarot and just trying to get my mind occupied and busy. And so I started to work on it. So I would say very early November of 2023,
Okay.
but I've been on it literally every single day, like 24 hours at some points where I was just not going to sleep at all.
It's dedication.
Yeah.
I wish
Yeah,
I wish I had that focus, but you know, ADHD is a motherfucker.
Yeah, that'll mess you up.
Yeah. So no, I was feeling it today at work. Like I was trying to figure, like it was very simple tasks that I needed to do, and I was like, what? Like it was just, I checked out completely. But so, who did the artwork?
Me.
Digitally, painting.
Now, this is where people may not like it, but it's a mix of several different things. Part of it is digital art. Another part is
Heck, gremlins.
He's probably still talking and doesn't realize he disconnected.
Gotta love it.
Yep. It's like some people aren't going to like it. Nobody's going to know.
Nobody's gonna know. The spirit don't want him to talk about it. Yes, paranormal. You're right. The spirit's like, no, Melvin, you do not talk about this. Let people feel the deck and become one with the deck.
So we're just going to kind of wait for him to kind of come back through, like if his internet comes back. So, but I mean, the link has been smashed into the chat there a few times. So if you guys want to buy the tarot deck that we used this evening, which is done by the frozen gentleman below me, you can use the link in the chat and help them out and purchase that deck. I highly suggest that you do it because the artwork is really, really good. There it is again, right? Is he back on yet? I'm just gonna give him a minute. He'll be back. I think so, unless we could just do the whole show with him frozen below us and just kind of like ask him questions, be like, "Yeah, man, there
What's
is
happening?"
I'm so I don't know why this is happening. All of the internet's working fine all day. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all
I
good.
really
It's all
am.
good.
I don't know.
But I just think it's funny. The timing was perfect because you're like,
Every
some people
time.
aren't gonna like this, and
Yeah.
you just
Done.
cut out.
Yeah.
So a combination of digital
But-
art and what else?
Yeah, so it's a combination of digital art. I use freaking Windows Paint, and I used a bit of AI, and I mixed it all together to try and get my version of the Rider White, or a somewhat modern take on Rider White, because I follow that system, and tell if you follow the RWS system, super easy to understand my cards then. And for those of you who don't know, might call it the tarot of neo-fiction, and I wish I had a story behind the name, but I just thought it was a cool sounding name.
It is a cool sounding
Yeah,
name.
there you go.
It is a cool sounding name.
So yeah, I have my deck here. Yes, I have not used this thing either. I don't want to, if that makes sense. But a lot of the imagery, though, like, I knew that I wanted it, again, similar to the Rider White, but modern, because oftentimes when we see Rider White clones or something inspired by it, it's very medieval, and I just didn't want that. I wanted something modern. So one of the cool things is, in every single card, except for, I want to say 2 of them, there's some type of city in them, type of skyscraper or something. And
He froze again. Well, we're getting it in pieces, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting it in pieces.
I mean, that is true. I didn't really recognize that, but he's right. Well, obviously he's right. He did make the deck, so that would make sense.
Yep.
even if that faith.
Wait. You still there?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, yeah, we didn't hear anything you heard after you said there's a city in every card.
Of course. But basically, there is a city in every card except for maybe 2 of them. I want to say that it is devotion and faith. They don't have a city somewhere in them, a skyscraper or something. And devotion and faith is my version of the Hierophant. And I split it into, because I feel that, sometimes you can't have devotion without having faith in something. And if you have faith, then you have to be devoted to it. Mind you, this is just my image, my viewpoint on it. Everyone is different. And when I was showcasing cards, I even said, like, if they're no longer mine, they're yours. So you could see it however you want, do whatever you want with it. You can even probably use them as oracle cards if you want, but make them yours, don't. And that's also partially why I didn't do a a guidebook for it as well, because no, I want you guys to imprint on it and see what you see and feel. Like, yeah, it might be my imagery, but it's your imagination. You're the one who is feeling it and speaking and getting things.
Exactly.
Yep. I do like how we did the court cards.
Yeah.
They are. I just lost them too. I had them up here. Courier, matriarch, and patriarch. I forgot what the other one is. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe messenger. Fanny, what are you doing? This dog wants to eat my cards.
As they always do. You back? You're back.
Oh, there we go. Okay, look,
Just some internet issues.
yeah, I'm gonna drop kick. I don't get it. Everything was working fine this morning. I was on calls with people, and all of a sudden now, like, oh, you want to talk about your cards a little bit? Sure. Well, guess what, Melvin? Next thing coming for you, son.
Right.
Happening.
Comcast has different ideas.
Yeah, no. Gosh, I mean, someone needs a kick in the ball somewhere. Darn it.
I think that is the most grotesque thing I think I've ever heard Melvin say is balls.
Well, I say that a lot. Like, every now and then I'll say someone needs a kick in the balls, or the female equivalent of balls, whatever that is. Like kicking the ovaries or something. How does that work? Well, that foot's gonna be traveling. I tell you what.
Labial injunction.
But yeah. So, what was I saying before it cut off? I don't know what the last thing was. You guys heard,
You're saying it's just make it yours, like you could use it as an oracle deck, like it's you know.
You could probably use it as an oracle deck, and you should make it yours. And it's one of the reasons why I didn't do up a guidebook and everything, because sometimes people, they go with the book and take things too literal with it and don't make it their own. And it's like, oh, I gotta do with the book meaning. Like, no, don't do that. Go with however you. For instance, I don't know. I'm just gonna pull out something real. Oh, here we go. All right, the cleansing one here. So this is basically my version of the star, and you know, some, I guess, out with the old, in with the new, and you know, get rid of something. But someone else might say, like, no, it's not out with the old, in with the new. It's, you know, you need to sit down and, you know, maybe reflect on some of your past choices and return back to them and make them new or something, you know, just something. It you know, everyone can see and feel something different. And that's what I want. I want people to see it how I might see it, or say it how I would say it. We're all unique. We all see things differently. And that's what I want for people if they purchase this and use it. And yeah, that's how I just feel tarot should be.
Completely agree.
So.
No, I completely agree. Yeah, I was actually I was very excited that, I mean, I knew instantly that, you know, Mystic was going to buy your deck. Like the moment you announced it, like that I saw that announcement, I was like, yeah, Mystic's going to get it. Mystic's gonna get it. We'll be able to. Because I was like, oh, I wonder what it looks like. You know what? No, I'm not gonna wonder, because Mystic's gonna he's gonna buy the fucking thing. So
you can blame that on Rook, or thank Rook for that, because I think the day it came out, I think he ordered it.
Yeah, because I came in chat and it's like, well, what were you doing? I finished up a project. I made some tarot cards. And he's like, ordering them. How do I get them? Boom, boom. Got one for me and one for Mystic. Like, he's not getting mine. Good Lord.
So how has the reception been of the cards? Really? Okay. I you know, that's a good reception.
Oh my God, that's great. I'm telling you.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Oh man. Well, Like I have things, but I don't want to hit those, like lose those things.
What things?
Like questions.
Oh, questions. Okay. Those things.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
There. Yep. You're
There we
back.
go.
You're back. Yep.
So, just gonna get. I'm so sorry again. But everyone who ordered early and got their decks and all that, they actually have a bit of a special deck because there are 2 issues and 2 of the cards that aren't supposed to be there. It was supposed to be cut out, but the printing did not cut them out. So there's going to be a redo, and they won't be there for this next batch. So you guys, Mystic and Rook, you have special decks, we'll say. So I'm not going to say what the little mess ups are, but it is 2 of them, and it should not be there.
Okay. Okay. And so, how was the reception of the deck? Like when it came out, like how did you feel about the reception of it from the people?
Well, everyone said I didn't know you were working on this. That was the first thing. So that was nice. I like surprising folks. And it's been very positive. I've honestly blown away by how supportive everyone has been, and everyone said they really like the imagery, and like it's been blowing me away. And to be totally honest with you, I'm surprised people actually bought the thing. I wasn't expecting that at all, if I'm being totally honest. But it's been a very positive reception, and it's made me feel like the hard work has paid off. And like staying up 24/7 doing stuff, it's worth it. And a couple of people who had the deck and got back to me, some folks who aren't a part of online podcast community and all of that, they loved it. When they received their copy, they just was taking picture after picture after picture and like, look, oh my gosh. And a friend of mine in Australia, she freaking did a 20-minute review just for me, and a personal review, and she is going to put it on her TikTok. So
There you go.
it's honestly, it's blowing me away.
That's
very
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it made me feel good.
I do have one question. The only thing, my only complaint about the whole thing, right? Why did you choose the font that you chose?
Oh, funny story. I could no. I had a certain font in my mind, and I forgot what I did to fix it up because I didn't write it down like a doofus. So I was just eyeballing it, and I got so frustrated. I said, you know what? We're just going to pick something at random and just go at this point. Because it took me about 7 hours to get the right font, the original one, to get the right font and get it in the right areas where I wanted it to. Some of them have certain colors and all that, you notice. And I messed up. I forgot to write what font I did, so I just went with something else for interest of time and saving me a headache. And
Understandable.
Yeah, and I was eyeballing it, which never do. Don't eyeball it. Write the freaking thing down so you can know exactly what you're doing. Lesson learned, but yeah. The font was picked out of frustration.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. And the only reason I would say that that's my only complaint is because, like, as you know, I'm a graphic designer. So when I saw the font, I was like, why? I was like...
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Graphic Designer.
No, it's all good. It's a beautiful deck, man. It's beautiful. Like, the back of it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, I love the design of the back. All of the artwork that we have seen, I haven't seen all of the cards, really only the ones that kind of Mystic kind of showed up, but they're all gorgeous. Like, the artwork's absolutely gorgeous. And my point in saying that, if you make another one, and you want some font like typography help, typeface help, just hit me up.
Yeah, I'm
got
definitely
you
going
back.
to pass that to someone else because I don't want to do that again with you. You know, and like I have an idea for something else. We'll say that, but that's maybe next year because I don't know. I don't want to think about too many images and this and that and the symbolism or no symbolism. Bad experience since coming back, man.
Well, I mean, I could understand it being kind of like a difficult experience, but it obviously was like a passion project, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, so like, I mean, with what you've described of like how you've stayed up and kind of like, I mean, in the time that maybe I'm wrong in this because we haven't really hung out that much and talked that much like outside of podcasts and whatnot, but you're spiritual, but you're not spiritual. Like you're a bit of a conundrum in the spiritual world, I would say. So why did you choose tarot? Like out of all the things that you could have done and made and stuff like that, why tarot? Like
Because I like tarot.
Did you feel something like when you were making it? Like, I mean, did you feel like connected to something or?
Not exactly. It's literally because I like tarot, and another part is I want to see if I can act this. You know, it's like you said, it was a passion. I like tarot, wanted to see if I could do it, and just go for it, and just put how I envision things. You know, it's nothing too deep with it. Like you said, I'm spiritual, but not spiritual. I like to say that I'm very grounded in my approach to certain things. And when it comes to spirituality, I find it's easy to exaggerate, get lost in things, even become addicted to it. And I tend to stray away from that. I know when I get excited, but I also try to say, okay, well, let's see it from this point of view or this angle before we go dive deep into this or that. But going back to creating it and everything, yeah, I can't say it's something that came over me exactly aside from needing a really big distraction. And I just really like tarot. I love the art in different decks. I enjoy learning about the systems of different decks, how they work, and I just wanted to put my own out there. You know, I wish I had a deeper answer for you, but at the same time, I mean, it's me. Go too deep. I am simplistically complex.
Well, I mean, I find it refreshing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I don't think like, I mean, some might call it understating it, but I think the way that like your approach to it, you know, it's a bit refreshing because a lot of people that come out with, you know, tarot decks or oracle decks, things like that, like myself, like, you know, the one that I'm going to be coming out with, just wait, like you guys are going to get all the mumbo jumbo. You know, so, you know, it's refreshing, you know, just to say it's something I like, it's something I'm interested in. I wanted to make my own, done, you know, like no higher meaning or calling behind it, but, you know, I'm glad you did it. You know, I mean, you came out with a very unique piece of art that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. I enjoyed experiencing it with, you know, Mystic reading from it. Mystic, I mean, you said you had some questions and stuff like that you wanted to ask, so shoot.
So I agree. I really like the imagery in it, and one of the things that was kind of neat before the stream when Rook and I were just kind of going through it is what you, I'm guessing here only because of the imagery, but what you see in the cards and certain things really does match kind of some of the traditional meanings and things that I've been taught, and it's a really nice comfort when you look at a deck and say, yeah, I can see what this means. I like abstract imagery. It's pretty. But I like the sci-fi aspect of things, and I like the fantastical part of things too, not just the abstract. And sometimes things are I don't know. They just get abstract when you were talking about that earlier, and I'm like, no, it's actually just a piece of salt on a paper. It's not. It's not the emotions of the ocean emerging from the seed of the child. No, it's not on the other things. It's just what it is. You know. There's a lot of especially the major arcanas. I really like how you adjusted the names of them.
Yeah.
And the imagery, and like you mentioned, the splitting. We went through them, and I immediately know which card is which and why, just based on the imagery alone. It doesn't have to have any words on it at all, and you'd be able to kind of get that feeling for it, which is great. The question that I did ask earlier that I wanted to ask is, what was the idea behind the court card naming?
Oh. Well,
Because
technically,
it fits, it does,
yeah. Technically, they I just something different. I mean, that's really the only explanation, because you're talking about, of course, the matriarch, patriarch, gallant, courier. Yeah, I just wanted something different, to be a little bit unique and stand out. And looking at it in a modern sense, yeah, we do have kings, queens, knights, blah blah blah, but when we think of family, and that's sort of how it's like, oh, this is a family of cards. So it's like, okay, well, let's have a matriarch and a patriarch. One's not better than the other. It's just an expression of feminine energy, masculine energy, or what have you. And I was told, though, that my matriarchs look like
Frozen.
Spirit lead me where my... Sorry. I was actually going to say the exact same thing. Like the way that they're written, it takes out the hierarchy of it, which if any of y'all have heard me read, I don't read hierarchically in the minor arcana. I don't believe in it. They represent people in different energies, not one being the matriarch and the patriarch and the overseeing thing. So I thought that was really cool. So we're on the same page on that, at least.
Just give him a moment. He'll be back.
Beard is keeping him quiet. I love it. He gone done said too much.
I mean, I'm curious too, like what people said, like about his cards there, about the matriarch aspect of things.
Yeah. I've always had a hard time with the traditional meanings of the court cards because they are very patriarchal.
Mm-hmm.
One is strong, one is emotional, one, you know what I mean? I'm like, that's not what I get from those cards when I read them.
Well, you also kind of have to think of the time period too, like when those things were made, right?
Oh yeah.
So I mean, that's really gonna, affect, the structure that they're built around. So apparently he has completely lost internet again. Oh, there he is.
There we go.
All right, so people were saying that your matriarch cards, and then you cut out.
Yeah, they were saying the matriarchs are kind of like MILF mommies, and
I knew it was going to be something like that.
I know.
Yeah. So that was not intentional. No, I take it back. Only one of them was intentional. The other ones were not. So I'll leave it to your imagination to figure out which one actually was intentional. But
I'm gonna go look through
but
it.
Yeah, so
I can tell which one it is.
Which one?
Hold on, I'm gonna look through it. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna look
Okay.
through it.
With the courier and gallant, I just wanted something, like, and when I think of knights, I think of that gallant knight, and if you look at the meaning of gallant, it's like kind of a gentleman and stuff, and handsome, and all that good thing. And with couriers, they're messengers, young messengers usually, and a page is someone who's a young understudy or something like that. And I just decided to switch it up and put my unique twist on it. And with the minors in general, like, I don't really have names for them. I mean, I might just call them swords or blades.
Very interesting.
Ma, my dog is wrapped up in my headphones. What are you doing?
I really feel bad for Melvin right now.
I know, it's hilarious. Um, it's not a matriarch, but I'm betting he had something to do with this card.
You think so?
Oh yeah, redhead and other things. Sure.
There we go. Okay, I lost you guys again for a sec. I am not supposed to talk about. We are defying something right now that is
right.
just not having it.
I'm a little nervous.
You know, like if I get struck by lightning, I'm gonna blame you guys, man. Someone's paying the hospital bill. It's not me.
I mean,
But,
if you get struck by lightning inside your house, I think we have much bigger problems in your hospital bill.
I mean, hey, strange things happen, man. Don't count it. What was I saying? Like, oh, okay. So I was saying that I don't really have names for them, with the exception of pearls. Like that was extremely intentional because I didn't want it to be cups. You know, cups are sounds weird, but overdone, even though it's traditional. And with a pearl, I see that as, again, something from the water. And in order to get to a pearl, you have to get through the hard shell of a clam or oyster to get that inner beauty. And that's how I came up with the pearl. But it's like, man, there's something beautiful about that. And inside of us, our emotions are beautiful, and we could only share them with people we trust, with people we love. And unfortunately, there are people who take advantage of that. And I was thinking of how we farm pearls, and it's not a natural process like it used to be. And it's like, okay, and that's where the pearls came from. That one most likely has the most thought put into it because I value people's emotions and when they share it and all of that. And then you have the vines or flowers, whatever you call them. And those were the easiest for me to do. Maybe because I have a lot of earthy attributes. I don't know. But those came about because I wanted to show growth and a beauty, but also a bit of melancholy as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at those, you'll see, like, the images, I think they're beautiful, but it is something a little sad about them.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I just think I thought your analogy on opening up a clamshell to get to something beautiful was kind of funny. Can't get that out of my head. I give Mystic shit all the time because of his whole big decks thing. He likes big decks. So, gotta give you shit too.
No, nothing wrong with that.
Gotta give you shit too. But
okay.
So I just think it's really cool that, it just kind of idea popped in your head. You just made it, just did it, and it's for the people. That's what I'm getting off of this. It's for the people that buy it. You wanted to make something modern, different, and just throw it out there.
Yeah, well, initially it was for me. It was for selfish reasons. Like, I do want to make that very clear. Like, I didn't really think about other folks to start.
Yeah.
It was for me. Like, I just like things that are very practical. Like Mystic, sometimes things can be very abstract and just a lot. And I tend to like things a bit more straightforward, and I like to have practicality. And that was the primary thought, and that's for me. And then it was like, you know what? Maybe other folks can use this. Because originally, I wasn't going to have it where people can get it. I changed my mind later on, mostly because I like uniqueness. And I just wanted to say, like, I have the only thing in the world, So I was like, we won't be that type of prick. But yeah, so, and, but yeah, Mystic hit it on the nail, though. No, that one is not the intentional MILF mommy. That one, she was actually, yeah, no. She was inspired by 1950s pinup. Slightly, and it's something about the matriarch of Pearl I do.
Uh-oh. Spirit
Yep.
again.
Yep. Yep. Calling it out. Calling it out.
Oh, while he's still coming around, I just found the Three of Swords. That
That's
was really
interesting.
nice. Yeah. Ah. Spirit's calling. It's like spiritual call waiting. Isn't that what it is?
Right?
Please hold while I answer this other call. Oh, mon petit.
Earl ain't happy. Right? Yeah, exactly. He started to let the secrets out. And they're like, nope.
Well, I mean, there's only 4 matriarchs. I picked that one because of the redhead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make
but
sense.
I don't know about the other ones. Here's again, while we're waiting, here's the other 3 matriarchs.
So one of those is the intentional one.
Yeah. This is very serial mom. Very witchy. I like this one.
There we go. I'm sorry, lost you again.
It's all
Well-
good, man. It's all good. We were waiting for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which one? What'd you say, Mystic?
Huh?
I just saw you had 3 cards
Oh,
up, and
I had the 3 matriarch cards up because if it's not the other one, I'm like, I would have no idea. So these are just the other 3. We were taking a peek at them. Very serial mom, very witch-like, and very empress-like.
it's the matriarch of Canes.
My brain hurts.
Sorry.
This one?
Yep, that one. That's the one that was intentional, because that's kind of just what I'm attracted to. I found out I have a type, so wow.
There you go, man.
But yeah, so
It's a fair type.
Yeah.
Why do my lights keep jumping? Oh, my light cut off.
Well, and
What is happening? The gremlins are out, y'all. My light just cut itself off. It's never done that before. My headphones are buzzing.
yep. My ears are swimming. Like, literally. Like, it is so hot here.
It's fun, though. It is a deck that I can see myself using, especially with younger people, like when I'm out and doing stuff.
Yeah.
I think it might be one I'd carry with me. I like it.
There you go, man. There you go.
Yeah, Pearl
Well,
cut his light off.
Yeah.
Or my light.
I mean, I think I do like the artwork in the deck. I do like it. Keep on distracting. So one of these times I'm worried that he's just not going to come back.
This might be that time.
Right? It's taking a little bit longer.
That's okay. It happens.
It is a little difficult to conduct an interview in this way. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, guys. Just a little bit.
Steampunk.
Wait, is he back? Oh, he's here. He's loading back in. There he is.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
I think I know what the issue is,
What's that?
and I think it's one. What is this? Oh, that's me.
His
I don't
neighbor-
know the name of it, but
his neighbor.
Yeah,
his
well,
neighbor
yeah.
just changed the Wi-Fi password.
No.
I'm just fucking with you.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I dislike my neighbors immensely, but they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. They better not. But I think I know what the issue is, and I cannot fix it at the present. But
It's all good.
I'm gonna have to give you a redo on this, though.
It's all good. I mean, I do want to go over it again with you having a more stable connection so we can go straight through without interruption. Because I was just telling
Yeah.
Mystic, and I'm sure you're somebody that does plenty of interviews. So, I mean, trying to conduct an interview with constant freezing and dropping is, a bit difficult. I'm losing my place. You're losing your place.
Yeah.
you know, but because we used the deck this evening, I was like, I really want to have you on to talk about it because we know you. You're a friend of the channel, you know? So everyone in the chat, if you don't have his deck by the end of the week, you're banned. So, you know, just support the creativity. I'm joking. I'm not going to ban anybody unless you're Melinda.
Oh, no, I don't even think you would do that.
No, I wouldn't
No.
actually. If Melinda ever showed up in a fucking chat, I would totally engage.
Yeah, I'm just Melinda out. I can't.
Yeah, no. I mean,
So,
I do. Then I'll do like 2 reactions, and then I'm good for like 3 months. And then she does something stupid again, and then.
yeah, I just I can't. No, after that last book, I was just I didn't even.
Did you
I
read the
didn't
new
even-
one? The third one? I think it was the 3rd or 4th one.
Yeah, I did a review on it. It was actually a 2-part review. The first part, like, I covered. The second part, I just got fed up, and I literally just tossed the thing and said it's trash. Simple as that. I was just over it. Like, I got so frustrated, and I like to think of myself as someone who has immense patience, and you know, I try to be fair to everyone, but that was. It's just trash. I was just over it. I'm done. And
Yeah, I got
good luck to her.
Hey, man, I give you respect, man. You actually bought the book.
Well, kinda.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I don't want to give her money directly. So the first book was actually a gift before we knew who she actually was. The second book I found for on a Goodwill site. So it's like, okay, the money's going to Goodwill. I can dig it. And the third one was a used copy, and it's like, okay, so the money's going back to them. Cool. As long as she's not getting it directly from me, I'm okay with this.
Okay. I can see. Yeah, I mean, I've said over and over again in the chats, like, I mean, I'll read them, but I'm not paying for them.
Yeah. So
I won't read them.
that's my thing. Like, I just don't want to give her money directly. If it somehow ends up squirming its way to her, whatever. But I am not giving it to her directly. I won't allow it.
I can't. The words on that page that came from her hand is like her being in my head, and I just can't do it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I mean, I think I think she's. I could be wrong, based off of a post off of her channel. I think she's taking a step back from YouTube, actually. But I feel like that's because she stuck her foot in her mouth by trying to tell people that she was the reason why I told everybody that I was working with Baphomet, that I originally denied it, and because she was harping on me and she wouldn't let it go, I admitted that I worked with Baphomet. That the entire time I've been lying to my audience that I worked with Baphomet.
Yeah, that's insane when you said that. I couldn't freaking believe it. I mean, that was absolutely insane.
I was like, did you actually like? It's like, does she believe this shit?
She does.
Like, I thought that was a blatant lie. I'm like, do you actually believe this stuff?
She at least believes that people believe her, and they do, which is very unfortunate.
So,
Yeah.
well, she should have known that I was gonna go at that, right? Like, she should have known. Like that. I don't know. Whatever. We're not gonna make this about Melinda. This is about your achievement, your deck, the beautiful piece of artwork that you created. You're not glitching anymore, which is a good sign.
Yeah, because we're not talking about it.
Yeah.
Spirits are giving him bread. They're like, okay, we're good.
Knock on wood.
You just say the word tarot, and it's like, zzz.
Yeah. It's so weird. But yeah, I would like to do a redo with you on this, because I know what it's like when just things, tech issues, they happen. Even if you're playing it cool, it's frustrating. So if you guys are all right with it, I would like to have a redo.
Dude, I mean, I would love to have you on the show more often. I just don't know what the hell your schedule is. Sometimes you pop in,
even if
sometimes
it's
you
just
don't.
not for the
so-
tarot.
Yeah, even if it's
just-
not for that.
Just ask away. Like, I will change my schedule for you, no matter what. Like,
Okay.
I mean, unless unless I'm like super knee deep in something, but no, it could be last minute or whatever. Just ask,
Mhm.
and I will figure out a way.
All right. Well, I mean, hit me up and let me know. I mean, we do the show every Friday, right? So just let me
Hmm.
know of a Friday when you're free, and we'll pencil you in. You know,
Yeah.
to redo this and talk about it without glitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I think I know what the issue is, and it will definitely be fixed. And like something's like I said, it's going to get kicked in the balls, and it had it coming.
There you go. There you go. It's his neighbors.
No,
I'm joking.
no,
I'm
no.
joking. I'm joking, everybody.
Yeah, like don't put that on record, because if something happens now, all of a sudden, get a knock on my. Hey, what are you doing in there? Like, it wasn't me, honest.
Oh, I was gonna say something. I was gonna say something though. So you said because of the card that you said that was intentional, you said you found out you had a type, and I was gonna say because I remembered from a previous conversation with you, I was like, so it's not psychotic porn stars.
Oh, I don't want to revisit that. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, just real quick, back in the day, I had a crazy porn star who was chasing after me. She wanted some chocolate, and I was like, no. And yeah, if you want to hear that story, it's on my channel. So
It's on mine as well because we talked about it on here too.
yeah, so
hilarious.
yeah, I don't want to go through that again. It involves the second coming of Jesus, aliens, the Secret Service. So that was wild, man.
that was the thing. Like when he got into like the story, like the whole like the initial aspect of it, it's just like a psycho porn star. It's like, okay, I mean, I can jive with that, whatever. And then he starts mentioning like the Secret Service and shit. I was like, what the fuck kind of shit are you into, man?
Nothing. That's the thing. Like, I try to tell people this. Like, I'm actually not into anything. Stuff happens around me, you know? Folks are like, okay, so you talk about aliens and this and that, so surely you've had interactions with them. Like, no, I just know people and hear their story, and I happen to know a lot of alien people. What about the demonic entities and stuff? They come and visit you, right? And doing this and that. Like, no, nothing comes over here that I know of. I mean, if they do, they leave because I'm not going to get anything. What, you want some shrimp or something? I got nothing for you. So, I mean, it's things around me, but not from me.
Right? Like, why are you leaving so soon? Let's make some gumbo. Come on.
So, I mean, it's just one of those things.
Oh, I gotta remember that story. That was so good. That was so good.
That was, man, never want to experience that again. And here's the scary thing. I don't know if I shared this or not, but one day I did get a text from an unknown number, and it was a picture of another phone number. And I looked up this number, and it was a Colorado psychiatric ward, and I was like, nope, I'm not touching that. So, and
you got some weird shit going on, dude.
yeah, so I wasn't going there. It's like, oh no, not today. And so every now and then, though, I still won't say her name, but I look into her just to make sure she's still alive and kicking. And she we gotta make sure, I want the chick to be okay. And to my surprise, she's doing a new type of adult entertainment, and it may or may not involve flatulence, and that was enough for me. So,
wow.
yeah, yeah.
No kink shaming here, but wow.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Well,
So if you guys want to try and figure it out, go for it.
nope,
Just keep
I'm
my
good.
head down.
I'm good. Yep. We're not going to go down that road. Well, Melvin, thank you very much for coming on. Like I said, the show's on Friday, so just let me know of a Friday that you're free.
Yeah.
Or I'll just hit you up like either next Friday or this Friday, the Friday after, and we'll get you
Actually,
back on.
I'll be free this next Friday. So
All right,
if
then
you want to
we'll
do
have-
it then,
yeah.
we could do it then.
Yeah,
And
we'll do. What we can do is like we can use the first part of the show to talk about the deck. And we always, for some reason, when every time you're on, we get into some crazy ass subjects anyway. So, you know, we can let it roll. You know, from there.
So whatever happens, happens. So
yeah, I mean,
we'll go with that.
Yeah, we went over on this one, and you know, it's just because of the glitching and stuff like that. Like, you know, so but yeah, next Friday. So you heard it here, guys. Next Friday, Melvin will be back on to talk to us about the deck again. So there'll be some repeat questions you guys might have already heard. But don't miss that show, because the second half of the show, Mystic, Melvin, and myself, if you've ever seen any of the shows we've done together,
We'll have some fun.
oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of crazy shit we talk about, so so we get into it. So everyone here in Apocrypha, thank you very much for coming. Greatly appreciate it. You guys are fucking amazing, and always hail thy fucking self. We'll see you in the next one. Peace the fuck out.